JBN, we keep you informed. 10,626 Jamaicans with B1, B2 U.S. visas run off in 2018. A total of 10,626 Jamaicans overstayed their United States non-immigrant tourism or business B1, B2 visas between October 1, 2017 and September 30, 2018, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has reported. This is a jump by 1,073 when compared to the corresponding period in the previous year, according to the agency's fiscal year 2018 Entry-Exit Overstay report. Over the period, 312,667 Jamaicans were granted entry to the U.S. and were expected to depart the country during that window of time. The department said that for that period it has no departure records for 10,242 Jamaicans nor classified as suspected in-country overstays, and 384 Jamaicans left the U.S. after their authorized period of admission expired, which would be considered out-of-country overstays. The agency said that based on the above figures, Jamaica has a total overstay rate of 3.4% and a suspected in-country overstay rate of 3.28%. This is a slight increase when compared to the corresponding period the previous year. For the 2017 reporting year, Jamaica had a total overstay rate of 3.16% and a suspected in-country overstay rate of 3.04%. Troubled by the number of travelers to the U.S. who overstay their B1, B2 visas, President Donald Trump has asked the Secretary of State, in consultation with the Attorney General and the Secretary of Homeland Security, to provide recommendations to address the issue. Non-immigrant visa overstay rates are unacceptably high for nationals of certain countries. Aliens must abide by the terms and conditions of their visas for our immigration system to function as intended. Although the United States benefits from legitimate non-immigrant entry, individuals who abuse the visa process and decline to abide by the terms and conditions of their visas, including their visa departure dates, undermine the integrity of our immigration system and harm the national interest, Trump said in an April 29 memorandum. He said attention will be given to countries with a total overstay rate greater than 10% in the combined B1 and B2 non-immigrant visa categories based on the Department of Homeland Security's 2018 report. This engagement should identify conditions contributing to high overstay rates among nationals of those countries and methods to address those conditions, he said. Jamaica will not be affected as the country has a B1, B2 overstay rate of 3.4%. For the reporting period, the African nation of Djibouti had the highest total overstay rate of 44.67%. Other countries with a rate above 10% are Liberia, Nigeria, South Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Trump said recommended actions to stem the problem may include suspending or limiting entry of nationals of these countries who hold B1 or B2 visas, targeted suspension of visa issuance for certain nationals, limits to duration of admission to be implemented by the Department of Homeland Security, and additional documentary requirements. Teen shot at Maxfield Park Health Center. The hunt is now on for 3 gunmen who carried out a deadly attack on the compound of the Maxfield Park Comprehensive Health Center in St. Andrew Monday morning. The incident resulted in the health center being closed for the day. The deceased has been identified as 19-year-old Rashik Bailey, a resident of Maxfield Avenue. Bailey, who had been shot last week, was seeking treatment at the health center about 10 o'clock when he was approached by 3 men at the back of the facility. He was chased to the waiting area of the health center where the men opened gunfire at him. Mr. Bailey died at the scene. His attackers escaped. Security firm foils church robbery. 1 man has been hospitalized following an early morning robbery attempt at the Andrews Memorial United Church in Mandeville on Sunday, May 12. According to reports, shortly after 3 a.m., 4 men broke into the church by smashing glass windows. The church's alarm system alerted their security provider and a team was dispatched. On their arrival, 4 men were seen on the church property. One of the intruders was shot and injured during a confrontation with the security team. The other 3 men escaped. The injured man was taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he has been admitted under police guard. Acting Commander for the Manchester Police, Superintendent David White, confirmed the incident. He said the police were only aware of one man attempting to rob the church. However, senior church officials had stated that 4 men broke into the church, with one being caught and the others escaping. Meanwhile, a church member, Rupert Thomas, said he was disheartened by the brazen robbery attempt as the church serves the community. I am really feeling it hard to know that the church, which serves the community, could be broken into. The fact that people could be so brazen, even with an alarm system on the church, and yet they come in and mash up the place like that. I am really disheartened. People are heartless, he said. This is the Lord's house, and it is the Lord that gave them the strength, and this is what they're using it for. We are distressed, and we feel it as a church, as we are trying to make an impact in the community, and yet people are coming to rob the church. We'll leave them in the hands of the Lord, Thomas said. I am sorry they didn't catch all of them. Speed not only kills, slow down. When them take me out the car, they were saying, "Whoa, your side bust up," Tomlinson recounted, noting the reactions at the car crash scene. Before the crash, Aniska Tomlinson began to feel lightheaded and weak during her drive from Montego Bay to her home in Lacovia, St. Elizabeth. She did what any responsible driver would do. She pulled over and reached out to her friends and family for help. While she waited for a family member to arrive, an old friend who was visiting from abroad drove by and invited her for a drink at a nearby bar. She had not seen him in years and decided to join him before returning home. Sitting in the passenger seat, Tomlinson rode with her friend to the establishment. As her friend turned across the road to park in front of the bar, a truck came around the corner traveling at an unsuitable speed for that road. The truck collided into the passenger side, leaving Tomlinson with a huge gash and an injured spine. She was rushed to the Black River Hospital, where a deep wound was cleaned and flushed. However, it was ultimately decided that Tomlinson would be taken to the Kingston Public Hospital for immediate surgery and further evaluation. She endured a nearly 2.5-hour journey with her injuries. After 4 months of recovery at the Kingston Public Hospital, Tomlinson was moved to the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Centre to receive physiotherapy to address her spinal and internal injuries. I feel comfortable with the doctors and the nurses and the workers. The therapy hurt, but I feel comfortable, Tomlinson said of her time at the centre. Tomlinson will continue her physiotherapy past her expected stay of 3 months as she regains sensation in her legs. Even though Tomlinson has come a long way, she still does not feel close to 100%. She notes her disposition has changed since the injury. She said, "I'm a funny person, but since I've been in this situation, I just wrench. I am in pain always, so I don't have those fun moments anymore." She has chronic pain and headaches, leaving her in constant discomfort that causes bouts of irritability. Tomlinson's family members and friends travel from St. Elizabeth to the rehabilitation center in Kingston to visit her regularly. Unfortunately, Tomlinson's children do not visit her often. Sometimes they want to come and look for me, but in my situation, I say, "No, I don't want to up on the road, not even a bit," she said. Since the crash, Tomlinson has recurring moments of the incident and developed a fear of traveling in cars as a result. This anxiety, in combination with her pains, prevents her from visiting her home in St. Elizabeth as often as she would like. She also has the added stress of dealing with the exorbitant cost of her medical bills. With her family's support, Tomlinson has been contributing to her 3 children's needs and paying off the $3 million medical bill with no government aid. Tomlinson warns reckless drivers that you should not be a shatter driver, cause here me now is in pain and spending a lot of money. When it comes to driving, Tomlinson says, "He has make us waste." She's urging drivers to slow down and be humble. Take your little time. Where you are going now left, it now run. Also, she's hoping the government will fix more roads beyond the urban areas, because where she crashed was a bumpy area. She wants drivers to focus, especially on uneven roads, as unexpected collisions can occur. In order to change this problematic driving behavior, the National Road Safety Council launched the Below 300 campaign to remind drivers to value their safety and the safety of others. For the past 6 years, over 300 lives each year have been lost to road collisions, mostly due to speeding, distracted driving, lack of seatbelt use, lack of helmet use, faulty vehicles, and drinking and driving. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.